this is right for you. So I just want to welcome you. This is our team name. Our community name is Real Women Conquer. And basically, just in a nutshell, what that really means and entails is that we're a group of women. We have some men on our team too, but for the most part, we're a group of women who are just real, who are transparent, who we're just on our own journeys together, and we're not going to sugarcoat it, you know what I mean? And we're going through it, but we're conquering our fears, we're conquering our goals, and we're doing it together as a community. So I love what our community name stands for. So again, welcome. My name is Kelsey Shackley, if you don't know me. I've been coaching now for about 4 years, and I just wanted to, welcome you into this little snapshot and really just kind of give you an idea of what we do as coaches, really. So just in a nutshell, what coaches do is we inspire other people into making a healthier lifestyle change. And it doesn't mean that we're perfect, because God knows I'm not perfect. I make mistakes and I slip up on my nutrition and my workouts just like anybody else. But the cool thing, probably my favorite part of coaching is the community of women that we lift each other up. And, if we have an off day, somebody's like, come on, girl, you got this. Because if you're like me, before coaching, I had it in my mind that fitness people were perfect and that they never slipped up and that they had it all together, when in reality, it's just that they kept picking themselves back up. And I learned that through this coaching opportunity and the community that I've surrounded myself with. So what we do is we inspire other people to join us as far as getting healthier and getting fit, and we help them through what's called challenge groups, or some of us call them fit clubs or boot camps, but they're all just this community of other women who have goals to just become better moms, become better, wives, be better in our own physical health, so that way we can be better wives and better moms to our kids. And that's exactly what we do. And I think what's really cool about this is not a sales focused business. And I really believe, just like anything, when you find something that you're so passionate about, it can be like a straightener that you're just like, oh my gosh, I love this straightener. You're naturally going to share it with other people because you're obsessed with it. And I think that the same is true about a community of people that you gravitate towards, and you're like, holy cow, I didn't even know this community existed. Holy cow, I didn't even know a shake like this existed. And you're just so excited about it that you're willing to share it with other people. And it just happens naturally when you do it that way. So that, in a nutshell, is coaching. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a story on my end on how I really got involved with coaching, because like you, I had a lot of questions because I just was trying to figure this thing out a little bit more. One of my big fears and hesitations was, I had tried P90X and I had tried TurboFire and I had personally gotten results. So if you're like me, before I signed up, I was literally laying in bed. I was so excited. I had like all these ideas spinning in my head on how I could help other people. And I was just so excited about this opportunity. But my husband was not so excited. He was in the background saying things like, Kelsey, like, just don't do it. Like, I'm sure in his head, he was like, my wife wants to do this. Like, he probably was like, holy cow, like, this is terrible. But he was telling me things like, yeah, don't do this. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. Like, the only people in these type of businesses that make money with it are people that get in the very beginning. And all these things that were in the back of my head. But I knew in my heart that I was supposed to do this, this was my purpose, that I was supposed to pay it forward and I was supposed to help other people while on my own fitness journey. And I really believe that the biggest piece of this puzzle with your husband, if your husband's thinking these kinds of things too, or maybe you are, is just having that open communication with them and explaining why, your purpose behind why you want to do this. And I just kind of had it in my head, if he gives me the go, which when he did, he was very like, oh, okay, wasn't very confident. But when I was like, okay, when I make this decision that I'm going to go for it, I'm going to show him that I can make an impact in the lives of others. And that's exactly what I've done. And So if your husband's thinking those types of things, if you're thinking those types of things, it's completely normal to feel that and to think that. But my biggest tip for you is your head and your heart might say different things. And what I mean by that is your heart might be going, I feel like this is my purpose. I feel like I want to help people. I know I need my own accountability in my health and fitness. Your heart might be saying those things, but your head might be going, wait a second, like all these other people are saying these other things to me. I'm really unsure if this is right for me. I know this is an investment in my own health and fitness. I know this is an investment in starting a business. Is this right for me? But I urge you to go with your heart, because that's what I did. And it's been just a game changer for our family, for my own personal life. And the fact that I've been able to give it back to other people has just been remarkable for my story. So that was one thing that really kind of hung me up and I had to really think about. But the other really big thing was just, I was so scared that I was going to turn into like a salesy person. And not that salespeople are bad by any of those means, but it just wasn't in my nature and in my blood, I guess, per se. So I just didn't want to turn that way. And when I realized it's really just about sharing what you love, I was like, okay, I can do that. Like, I can share what I love. And when I realized it was just helping people, I can do that. I love to help people. And I think, when I really realized that is when I said, okay, I can do this. And I just had the like negative voice in the back of my head saying like, you're not a salesperson. Kelsey, you worked at the Buckle and you got thrown in, because I did. When I was going through college, I worked at the Buckle. And if you've ever been in there, I love the Buckle, by the way, but they are 100% commission sales based. And so I would go into like, people would come in to say they want to try on a shirt and they'd be like, here's a belt and here's the shoes and here's some jeans. And you're like, and I just wasn't like that. So of course I made 0 sales in like 2 weeks. And they were like, Kelsey, you're going to go back in the back room and you're going to actually put on the security sensors on all the clothing and you're going to hang them up on hangers. I was like, what? So this is not about sales. Sales happen naturally when you're doing things right. And that's just when you lead with your heart and you're really genuine and you want to help other people. So that's a little bit about me and about my story. And I would like to pass it on over to the next speaker.
Thanks, Kelsey. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Carla Woken, and I'm actually really new to coaching with Beachbody. I actually was a longtime follower of Amber Kuiper's Mommy's Me Time blog after my husband and kiddos and I moved back to the Minnesota area. And just really followed her on Facebook, and she really just struck a chord with me. As being a mom to now 3 kids since moving back to Minnesota, just found that I was kind of getting into kind of a mom funk. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but I definitely was just finding that I was a bit lost on my journey of being a mom and a wife, and I just was really looking for a tribe of women that I could just speak to and find encouragement and support and accountability, and found it really tough to kind of get into a routine and feel good about my body, and to be able to just really kind of feel good in my own skin. And so really took the leap of faith at the end of October, beginning of November, and joined a virtual boot camp with Amber and her team, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was definitely skeptical in the beginning because I was an avid gym goer. As being a previous gymnast and in dance line throughout middle school and high school, I thought to kind of have that perfect body, whatever perfect body means, that it required going to the gym for hours on end. And when I became a mom and a busy career woman, I'm a registered dietitian by trade. So I work full time, but have the luxury of being able to work from home. The gym just did not fit into my schedule. Those 2 to 3 hours that I used to go to the gym when I was in college or a young married woman just didn't work anymore. And so I found that the virtual boot camps were like literally the answer to my prayers. And so about 2 weeks in, I was like, like, gosh, this is just so amazing. And it is too good to not share with other women and moms. And I was like, sign me up, Amber, tell me the details. And I was just so excited to pay the gift forward that I was given by Amber, and I was just excited to share it with other people. And so with that, I did signed up to be a coach, and since then, I have participated in 4 virtual boot camps, and this is actually my third month of being kind of a co-coach leading with both Amber and Kelsey. And I'm really building my coaching business in kind of those mom breaks and mom pockets. I've got 3 kids, 5 years and under, and we're just busy. Like any, young working families, we're busy, but I am loving sharing this opportunity and business with other women and other moms that are looking for a tribe of women to really march with and feel that camaraderie and feel the love and the support that they need to feel great in their skin. And so with that, at first I was a bit skeptical. I'm kind of, we'll say the type A kind of personality with being a registered dietitian. I am like straight and narrow. So when I sign up for something, I want to sign up and I want to do my best. That's what I do as being a career woman. I just take a lot of pride in what I do. And so I knew if I was going to sign up for this, that I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything right and that I was committed and that I was out there really sharing the message and providing that inspiration. And so, Amber just really supported me and was that friend and mentor to me and kind of leading me down the way with training and support, and has been there in my coaching journey as a new coach here the past few months. And so just forever grateful for the opportunity and very grateful for a very supporting family and a husband. And I just love the opportunity to be able to work with Amber and with Kelsey with their Real Women Conquer and the message that we have for families, women, for dads. It's just really remarkable. And so we just appreciate everyone's time and listening this evening. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Emily.
Thanks, Carla. So I'm Emily Gardner, and I have been a Beachbody coach since April of 2016. And so I'm going to give you a little bit about my backstory. So I have been in health and fitness and an athlete most of my entire life. So I was an athlete in high school. I loved it. I loved health. I had a passion for just wellness in general. And so that's why I went into nursing, and I went to nursing school, and I was literally from freshman year of high school, I knew what I wanted to be. I was this focused, this driven academic perfectionist that struggled with like tasks and check marks and lists. And I was just so focused in what I wanted to do my entire life. And I followed that path with heart. Like I went all in with my education, because growing up in a family with very little money, and with my dad is actually an immigrant from Mexico, and he instilled hard work and discipline in me, and you have to love what you do. And I had that. And I am now a nurse practitioner. I've been a nurse practitioner for 3 years. I love being a nurse, right? I love being a nurse practitioner. I love health and passion for fitness. So, and then, somewhere along the way, we all kind of have a little story or a little bump in the road. And that for me was in 2014. Donnie and I, my high school sweetheart, we met our junior year of high school, and I loved him to pieces. He's so cute. We decided we're going to try to have a baby, and we got pregnant like the first month, and we got super excited. And I was scared, I'm like, things are going to change, but I'm excited. I feel healthy. I feel confident. And then we ended up having a miscarriage and losing our baby and having to have a surgery, which had a lot of complications with it, to the point where my doctor, my OB, said, you can't try for at least 6 months. And in the shock of the moment, I was like, just like going through the motions. I'm like, okay, we're just going through it. We're going to do the surgery. And it was kind of in the fall of 2014 when that happened. And I it rocked my world. I had no idea how much that would affect me emotionally, not only physically from the surgery and the miscarriage, but emotionally, it crushed my soul. I still struggle with it, and I still cry about it sometimes thinking about that baby. But it really took me down to a deep, dark place of anxiety and depression, and it was really hard for us, even with Donnie, because he didn't know how to support me, but he was hurting too because he wanted to be a dad just as much as I wanted to be a mom. And so, sorry, I got a little emotion there. So it really took me down for a long time, to the point where she's like, okay, you can try again. And I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm too scared. I'm too anxious. I can't do this because I don't want to be vulnerable and open myself up to that pain and that hurt of losing something that I love, right? And so I was in this dark, deep place for over a year. And so finally, I gained some weight. I stopped doing what I loved. I stopped working out. I really kind of became a hermit. And so, Donnie, my love, he supported me. He said, babe, let's do something. We could do this together. We'd done P90X. We'd done Beachbody programs in the past and got amazing results. And I was like, I need to find something that can make me me again. And I was like, all right, we're going to do this 90 days. It's long, but I'm committed and I'm going to stick with it. And I got results, and I started feeling more like myself, and my anxiety started to go away. And I loved the way I felt. My confidence was coming back, and I wanted to pass that forward. And I didn't really know what Beachbody coaching was. I'd done Beachbody for years. I watched the infomercial at the very end, and I was like, oh, that's just like a little online support group. I had no clue what that even entailed. And then I had been following my mentor and coach, Kelsey, and I was like, what is she doing? Like, it says coaching, but I'm like, oh, is she just like one of those little support people on the side? And I'm like, no, she's able to, because she's a nurse just like I was, and she inspired me because she was able to create this business and be a stay-at-home mom for her baby. And we were talking about having another baby, trying again, being vulnerable, and it scared the crap out of me, to be honest with you, because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I'd always been this career-driven woman, but then the thought of being, like, working so hard, losing that baby, not wanting to send my baby to daycare would bring tears to my eyes. And I know that's not for everybody, but I also have that passion for helping other people. And I didn't know how I was going to be able to do both. Like, I was like, I don't want to give up everything that I've ever done. I don't want to give up that time with my family. How am I going to do that? And I followed Kelsey, and I kind of stalked her a little bit. and I was like, how is she doing this? And so then I reached out to her, and I said, Kelsey, I don't know what you're doing, but I want to know more. And she kind of filled me in. I'm like, okay, I love Beachbody. I love helping people. I'm going to do this. But believe me, guys, I get this from women all the time. They said, I wish I could do what you do. I wish I was confident. And I'm like, I was not that confident person. I was scared. Like, I was like, my first live video, I was like shaking, right? And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I was not into social media. If you look back at my Facebook, literally from 2014 to 2015, when I was in my funk, I did not post. I had eliminated Facebook from my phone when I was in grad school because I thought it was a distraction. I'm like, I don't have time for this, right? So if I can do it, you can do it, for real. And so, but it took a while. So I signed up in April of 2016, and I kind of was that fear. I let it sit in me, and I let it ride in me. And then finally, I dug into personal development. I did my readings. I read my Bible. I like dug deep, and I was like, I got to figure out who I am before I can share that with other people, right? Because I can't be who Kelsey is. I can't be who Amber is. I got to be me, right? And that's what makes us different and makes us beautiful. And I did that, and I was able to overcome my fears and my hesitations in this business. And I was like, I'm gonna do this because I want to do this. I want to help other people. And we are pregnant, and we are 19 weeks now. We are feeling the baby move like crazy. And believe me, when I first got pregnant, I was terrified yet again because I was afraid that I would lose the baby. But we are healthy, and we have our son on Monday, and we are super excited about that. But I was able to overcome those fears through this business because I don't know if I would be able to get out of my funk if I didn't have the personal development, the community, the support. And it's more than that. I'm able to help the girls that are in my challenges overcome eating disorders, and their body image issues and their issues with self-love and anxiety and depression that I also struggled with, because we can all relate to those issues. And that's what coaching is really about. It is about sharing love and forming relationships. It is not about selling programs or shakes. It is about forming this love and passion for other people. And if you don't have that, it's not going to work. And so that's my story. And I hope that you can relate to something that I said. And I'm going to share now. Amber is going to finish up the call, and we will talk to you guys later.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Emily. I just love your heart and your story. My name is Amber Kuiper, and a little bit about me. So I have 4 kids now. Before I became a mom, I was a pretty big runner. And, I really thought that in order to be fit and healthy, I had to run 4 or 5 miles a day, that I had to be kind of obsessive, so that I could feel good about myself. And what I didn't realize, though, is how important nutrition was. So while I was running a lot and working out, I was eating pizza, I was eating pasta, it's kind of like oxymoron. But anyway, all that to say, I became a mom, and similar to what Carla said, gosh, I just didn't have a lot of time for myself to work out. And I wanted to feel confident. I wanted to feel good in my own skin, but I didn't have the time to go to the gym for an hour and a half like I used to. And so anyway, I totally fell into this whole thing by accident. I was the person who, for the longest time, if I saw people posting about Beachbody or about other network marketing opportunities, I was really skeptical. In fact, I would roll my eyes and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're clogging up my newsfeed with this crap. It was just, I was really prideful, I think. So anyway, after I had my 4th baby, I saw one of my friends who had posted, I'd probably seen about 100 of her posts before this one, and every time I rolled my eyes. But then this one day, we were on the way back from a trip, and we had gone to Hawaii, and I just did not feel confident in my own skin. Now, I've always been, I would say skinny, but not necessarily healthy. And so on the way home, when I saw her post, I just said, I have to do that. And right away, Jake was like, what? He's like, we have a gym membership. He's like, you just need to kind of get motivate yourself to get back into the gym a little bit harder. And I was like, oh, shoot. But I'm kind of stubborn, and I ordered it anyway. And, we joke now that one, at the time, I think the package that I purchased was like $140. And at the time, he was upset. And now we look back and it's like, gosh, that was the best money we ever spent. Like 2 years later, here we are. But what happened then is I got awesome results. I was feeling better than I had. And I had been running 3 or 4 miles a day up until that point. But it was those compact 30-minute workouts, and that coupled with the nutrition that really just put it all together for me. I also was struggling with some anxiety and postpartum depression, and I can't even tell you how much that also helped that. I had more energy. I didn't need to nap every day. It was amazing. But then I was at a crossroads because I loved the fitness program that I found. I loved the Shakeology that I was drinking every day. And I really felt like I could help a lot of other women. But I was so nervous, you guys, even though my heart was telling me, like Kelsey said, sometimes your heart's saying something different. Even though my heart was like, you have to do this, my mind was totally telling me all these reasons why, no one would want to work with me, and like, how am I ever going to find people to help, all that kind of stuff. And so eventually, after quite a bit of prayer, I really felt like God was just tearing down this wall of pride and humbling me to a point of just trusting him with it. And so I started out, and like Carla mentioned, I do have a blog, and so I shared it a little bit there. I remember very timidly. It was like I would post something and be so nervous. But eventually, it really just became this thing where I got to be a part of other women in these challenge groups their story. And so they would come into the groups. Like Kelsey mentioned, we have a monthly group, and every day I get to share a little encouragement. And I swear every single boot camp, like, the challengers inspire me way more than I ever could inspire them. And so just being part of their journey and seeing the results and seeing these moms who now feel that confidence to wear a swimsuit when they're with their kids, to go play at the park, to run around, to go down the slides, to have sex with their husbands, because my goodness, like, even that can be hard sometimes when you don't feel confident. So, all this stuff just got me so excited, and I just decided to go all in. And I didn't have much time because I had 4 kids at the time under 4 years old. I didn't know how I was going to make it work, but I did make it work. And so 2 years later, it's like, here we are. We have this incredible community. And I think the question that I asked myself is like, what if I didn't do this? Like, I would have missed out on so much. And so I think that we're all just at a point now where it's like, I want to share this opportunity with however many people I can, because it is so powerful, and it's so much more than about weight loss and about how we look and what size we are, but it's really about having a tribe of women around you who push you to the next level and who help you to get out of your comfort zone, and who really encourage and inspire you that you can do anything you put your mind to. Remembering that life's not always easy, but when we lean on each other, we can do anything. And so there's so much we could say about coaching. We want to wrap this up. I did just want to answer a few just frequently asked questions that we get. So one of those is like, how much does it cost to be a coach? And this is, I actually get excited to answer this question, because if you were to start your own business anywhere else, like say you're going to go open a coffee shop, or say you're going to open a McDonald's, hopefully not McDonald's, but it would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars probably to get started, at least tens of thousands. And to start as a coach, the package we recommend, because we want you to be able to have access to all the Beachbody fitness programs and Shakeology to get started, is $199. And I'm telling you, it is such an amazing value that you will be like every day I wake up and I'm thinking, every household needs this. Every single household needs this. And so anyway, when you sign up, you're going to purchase a package for $199. And unless you've already purchased that, in that case, like if you're a challenger of ours already, then it's nothing to sign up. But that's the cost to sign up. The other thing is, so how do you make money? It's funny because we're so focused on sharing our story, and then like we just believe that if you help enough people, you'll be taken care of, and it's been true. In fact, last year, Kelsey and I both celebrated making 6 figures with this business for the first time, which is so crazy because it's just crazy. But anyway, how you make money with this is that you can, when you sell products, you get 25% commission from your retail side of your business. You also get 25% discount on Shakeology and the other products that we carry. So that's a huge savings. And then the real, if you want to go all in and you're like, I want to make 6 figures, I want to provide for my family, I want to work from home, that really requires you just leading a team of other coaches who are also helping other people. And so we can go over, if you have any questions about the specific compensation plan, we're happy to share anything. But in general, like there's sort of 2 different ways to earn: retail, and then via your team, helping them be successful. The other thing is, so what does it look like to get started? Well, that is all really taken care of. We have a training that is completely ready for you. It's a 3-week training, and we call it a new coach mentorship because you're never going to be alone in this business. You're always going to have someone helping you. You're always going to have someone answering your questions, encouraging you. And so you'll be together with other new coaches who have joined around this time, and you'll just go through a class together. It's a simple Facebook group where we'll post every day. where we'll hold you guys just accountable and, you know, so that you have that momentum to keep going. And then there was one other thing I wanted to touch on. What else am I missing, Kelsey, for frequently asked questions? Anything that's popping into you guys' minds? Okay. I think that maybe you guys answered. I was maybe going to talk about social media, but it's not as scary as you think. I know a lot of people are like, well, you had a blog or you had this or that. And I'll tell you, Kelsey did not. She did not have a following at all when she started. And so it's not about that, because you can start and it's just about your heart. And, you know, we can train you on how to grow on social media. That stuff is totally learnable. So I think that's all we had. Ladies, did you have anything else that you wanted to share tonight? Okay, well, we are so excited to share this opportunity, and our next training is starting shortly. So feel free to reach out to the person who invited you. It would be such a joy to have you on our team and include you in this tribe and help you to grow a super successful business, helping other people while being on your own schedule and having all the flexibility in the world. So, all right, thank you guys. Bye.